So, remember last year we talked about the failure of Overwatch 2? Okay. And the reason why the failure of Overwatch 2 was personal to me, because I used to love playing the first game. It was a really fun game, but Overwatch 2 is a glorified SOP update. Okay. That's what Overwatch 2 is. Okay. It should be renamed Overwatch 1.1. But the big draw for Overwatch 2 is being canceled. The PvE thing they missed is gone. So this is an absolute joke. This is an absolute, absurdity. Okay. This game is a disappointment. Okay. Kind of like, other games of broken, like kind of like No Man's Sky. You had broken promises. Okay. As well, the developer promised all these things and then they didn't come through. Overwatch 2 is kind of like that. Okay, they promised all of these things: new characters, new war, new story, a campaign, and we got a game with less content because they removed maps. Again, they removed like the worst maps, but you know they removed an entire game mode. Again, the fans of Overwatch never hated that game mode anyways, and it was kind of an unfair game mode. But it removed content. You had glitches and bugs throughout the game's entire lifespan. Characters were made unavailable, which barely happened in the first Overwatch game. Okay, you only had a problem with Diva at one point, and yeah, that was literally like the only thing. Okay, Overwatch 1 was always a functioning game. The only problem with Overwatch 1 was basically kind of like a Smash Bros. They decided to introduce one really broken character and decided to unelaborate there. Okay, again, Overwatch is not immune to this. Smash Bros. Is the same thing. Brawl, you had Meta Knight. Smash 4, you had Bayonetta. And Smash Ultimate, you have Steve. And then they just like create these characters and decide, okay, we're done making the game. Here's your broken ass character, and here you go. Okay, you know, Smash Bros. Of course is one of the most infamous meta games besides Overwatch, as well, because every game since Melee has a broken character, and of course, Smash 64 you have Kirby being the most broken character in that game, which caused the whole theory of favoritism for Kirby, be and of course Brawl especially, which probably why we haven't had a new Kirby character since Smash Brawl, which is stupid because there's no Kirby favoritism. If there was Kirby favoritism, then why is Bayonetta the most overpowered character in all of existence in Smash 4? And why is fucking Steve the best character in Smash Ultimate? Okay, but basically, Overwatch 2 is a big failure and is a dying game. Is a lot of fans are leaving Overwatch 2 for other games, and it's not too surprising. Overwatch 2 will be one of the biggest failures of this decade of modern gaming, and there's a lot of failures. There's a lot of shit that was released that was a failure. You had Forspoken, okay, and when we were in 2023, we had Forspoken, Battlefield, Gotham Knights, Call of Duty, okay, so many failures for modern gaming. And the first story missions will be available starting season 6. It's very unclear if these missions will be playable and for future season will be removed and replaced with new missions over time. But the latter seems likely. Okay, and they promised us a campaign. But now it's going to be getting, missions, and it's just Overwatch 2, it's just a glorified sub update. They want you to pay for legendary skins. Okay, Overwatch 2 made gamers miss the root box system. Because whenever it's a root box system, you are progressing towards something. Okay, you are progressing towards something in Overwatch. But it seems like Overwatch 2 is just a big failure. And I'm glad the gaming community is rallying against Blizzard and not just defending their actions. Hopefully, more of the gaming community rallies against game developers releasing broken and buggy and glitchy games and releasing just glorified pay-to-win games, Which what Overwatch 2 is. And also, the Overwatch 2 heroes are not even that great. You have Kuriko, which, which, again, the reason why they're not that great is because if you didn't play exactly the time when you could get these characters, well, you will have to pay money to play as these characters. And no one wants to pay money to play as these characters. So what did Overwatch 2 really bring? Nothing. They shut down a perfectly fine game for a glorified SOP update. And it's just sad that Overwatch 2 even exists. They could have made Overwatch 2 doesn't update to Overwatch 1 and just called it Overwatch. They could have kept the loot boxes, obviously, and just added all the new characters. They did it with Destiny. Why didn't they do it with Overwatch? They did it with Minecraft. They did it with Fortnite. But why didn't they do it with Overwatch? I think it would have been much more easier if they just made an update for Overwatch 1 that added better graphics. Of course, you could play the old graphics if you want to with the old character designs. But overall, Overwatch 1, was a way better game than Overwatch 2. I think everybody at this point misses the first game, and a lot of the people want to disassociate with. A lot of the original fans want to dissociate with Overwatch 2, which is no one's surprise. Goodbye.